It's come to my attention that we need a much happier episode of Danny B Needs a Minute this week because of the way the first one was this week. And we can start this off right now by giving you the great news. Ryan Newman is appearing to be fine, he can walk, and he is out of the Halifax Medical Center. He won't be racing this weekend though. However, Ross Chastain will be taking his place this weekend driving number 6 car. That's the best bit of news I think we could start this episode with. Now let's get in and let's explore a lot of the news stories that we didn't get to talk about earlier this week. Hi, I'm Danny B, and this is my minute. Have you enjoyed seeing William Byron number 24 Exalta car? Well, I guess you better enjoy it some more because they have signed on with Exalta until 2027, getting at least 14 cup races each year starting in 2021. That is a major sponsorship deal for the team, and it's great news for William Byron fans. Likewise, his teammate Chase Elliott has extended a major sponsorship with his big sponsor Napa Auto Parts, as they have signed on to extend their majority of a 26 race sponsorship each season with the number 9 team through 2022. Major sponsorship news for Hendrick Motorsports this week. Here's some news that came out a little bit ago from the people at NASCAR Heat, as they said that their focus for the 2020 season is not to include a 2020 DLC of all the new cars from this year in NASCAR Heat 4. Rather, their focus is to focus on getting out NASCAR Heat 5 so that they can produce the next game rather than just put a DLC on the one from the previous year and hopefully get the game out to people sooner. Now, even though we are still very early on in Jimmy Johnson's retirement year, he's already talking about 2021 plans that he would maybe consider racing in an IndyCar race. NASCAR had the first race of the Coca-Cola iRacing series, and the winner would be Keegan Leahy driving number 32 in what could possibly be one of the closest finishes we've ever seen in the series. The top 10 included Nick Ottinger, Bobby Zielinski, Logan Clampett, Christian Challoner, John Gorlinski, Ray Alfala, Ashton Crowler, Brandon Cattell, and Ryan Luza. Speaking of NASCAR, if you follow the NASCAR Heat Pro League, then you may be familiar with a new rule that's come out that it appears as though teams were given the protocol that they could not keep both of their drivers from season 1. Rather, they were faced with a choice. You could either get rid of both of your drivers, or you can keep one from season 1 and you have to get rid of another one to make it fair for someone to get drafted to a new team. And I think it works out that you could possibly redraft that person you let go. It just has to be make sure that they don't get picked up in the draft. However, I think we've seen the first announcement come out that I have seen, at least. There might have been more, but I've only seen this one. Jason Keffer, who was with racing for Junior Motorsports in season 1, he has unfortunately been let go by Junior Motorsports. So to all the teams out there in NASCAR Heat Pro League, Jason seems like a great guy. He did really well in season 1. Not as good as his teammate from Junior Motorsports, though it appears, but he definitely should be picked up in season 2. Here's some news for all you Kyle Busch fans. He's going to be racing in 5 truck races this year, and those races include Las Vegas this weekend, Atlanta, Homestead, Texas, and Kansas. Likewise, Kyle Busch has also announced that he'll be racing in 5 Xfinity Series races this year, and with the 18, 19, and 20 all being ran full-time this year, they are actually bringing back Kyle Busch's old number 54 car to the Xfinity Series, and he'll be racing that 54 Supra in 5 races. Those races include Phoenix in March, Charlotte in May, Chicago in June, New Hampshire in July, and Watkins Glen in August. Sponsorship for this car will be coming from Twix Cookies and Cream, as well as Starburst Duos, and Combos will be on board this car as well. Anthony Alfredo has unveiled his 17 race season this year for RCR's number 21 car, and it'll begin on February 29th as he'll be racing at Auto Club Speedway in a number 21. Now here's some really great news for the sport. Last year at some point, it had been widely speculated that NASCAR was actually being considered to be for sale. Well, in a recent interview with Fox News, Steve Phelps confirmed that it is absolutely not for sale right now. So that is great signs. It looks like NASCAR is heading up in the right direction. Did you like the trophy design from the Monster Energy Cup Series last year and the years before? Well, great news. They're keeping it. Not only that though, they're actually renaming this trophy to now be known as the Bill France Cup. I really like that one. Smart move by NASCAR. I approve. This one was rather interesting from Adam Stern. He says that NASCAR is considering implementing a new attendance standard for tracks in 2021 that they reach at least 70% capacity for a Cup Series race or face some sort of penalty. So all I can say is Bristol Motor Speedway, you better not have a crowd like that spring race last year. Wow. Paint scheme news. With Miller Lite gone, there is more need to fill up Brad Keselowski's year, and PPG Paints will actually be one of his sponsors for this year. No surprise, he's running the same scheme that we've seen on the car of Ryan Blaney over the past few years, but it looks really nice as always. Well, earlier I had mentioned that NASCAR was looking to sign a deal with Verizon Wireless for them to become the official wireless provider of NASCAR, which would include getting 5G internet speeds to some of the tracks, and now they have officially done this at 12 of the ISC tracks. So if you're going to be going to one of those within the next few years, you should be expecting the internet speeds to improve. It looks as though Nashville Mayor John Cooper and the Nashville Soccer Club have finally reached a deal on the Major League Soccer stadium that's supposed to be built in Nashville and in the Nashville Fairgrounds area. And it looks as though this is actually better than we originally thought for NASCAR fans, as the plans seem to call for the stadium to be built, but not destroying the racetrack, but rather destroying the old fairgrounds buildings and actually expanding parking areas. And because of the words also came from Mayor John Cooper, he says that the plan to bring NASCAR back to the city is in the works, and the people at Bristol Motor Speedway are hugely excited about this. So it's not entirely out of the question just yet. More to come on the story as it develops. Paint scheme news for you Hailie Deegan fans. They've added a new sponsor on for this season. Toter, built for extremes, has joined on board this car, and the colors and everything just seem to go really well with the already existing Monster Energy logos, and overall this is a very good looking car. More news for you iRacing fans. They've actually put something out on YouTube that is a sneak peek of their new iRacing damage model, and overall this looks really impressive at what I see here, but I'll let you be the judge of this, so it's up to you. What do you like? Not NASCAR news, I just felt like sharing this. At the Daytona 500, I got to meet Sheamus! Got my picture with him, so there's that. I really like that, and it's funny, I probably would be more likely to meet a WWE superstar at the Daytona 500 than I would be going to WrestleMania in a few months. This was shared by NASCAR and NBC. In a recent interview with Brian France, the former NASCAR CEO, he stated that he was actually looking to leave the sport before he was ousted in 2018. This is rather interesting, and many people are saying that's exactly what they think he would say to cover up for his behavior. But I'm not the one to speculate on that, just putting it out there of what I've heard. It looks as though we've got a new team coming to the Cup Series, with Nature Farms Produce starting a team, with this picture we've seen here of the number 93 Bit of Pit Barbecue.com Chevrolet Camaro. Not sure who the driver is going to be, but I hope we actually get to see this car at the track and it's not just one of those, oh, we're going to go and then it not happen. While many of us did fear that we had lost Ryan Newman, luckily he did survive, but we did lose one former NASCAR driver, as Candace Musney was actually found deceased in her home on Monday, February 17th. As of now, her death is ruled as suspicious until they have received the official cause of death from the medical examiner's office. It really is unfortunate that the rain hit on Sunday, because according to Adam Stern, Fox Sports was pacing toward a multi-year high for the Daytona 500 ratings Sunday before the postponement, with peak viewership of 11.193 million, which is a very encouraging sign for NASCAR as the season starts. This also gave an average of 78,846 people who were streaming the race digitally, which is up 48% from last year. And as sad as it is to say, with everything that happened with Ryan Newman, this is likely going to get more eyes watching next week because they want to know what's going to happen next. Well, with being a Cup Series rookie, it appears as though Christopher Bell knows that he had to get his priorities in line, which includes the fact that he will not be able to be running dirt track races like he originally planned. The man loves to go dirt track racing, but with his deal with Joe Gibbs Racing and Levine Family Racing, it appears as though that will be done for the time being. As it was reported from Matt Weaver, it looks as though Myrtle Beach Speedway is fielding offers from land redevelopers, although management says that no deal is imminent. Right now, Myrtle Beach is a very hot place of real estate, and with the desire for racing kind of fading away in Myrtle Beach, right now it looks as though the people who run it may be looking into the possibility of selling it. Paint scheme news. If you loved the Tame the Beast car of Tyler Reddick in the Xfinity Series last year, well, great news. It's coming to the Cup Series and it'll be on the number 8 car this weekend at Las Vegas. And here's more paint scheme news, especially for you Eric Jones fans. Irwin Tools will be on his car this weekend, and I really do like the way this car is looking. It's nice to see Irwin Tools is back in NASCAR again. On Wednesday of this week, it was announced that the Georgia Racing Hall of Fame, the pace car for the Atlanta Motor Speedway, would be paying tribute to Bill Elliott this year. Here's a look at it of Chase Elliott, who was there to unveil the car. Here's some news for the truck series. Looks though there's been a driver change with CMI Motorsports as Stephen Parsons will be piloting the number 83 Spring Race Chevy Silverado for Las Vegas instead of Ray Ciccarelli. And finally, the last little bit of news that I have here, there was a picture that was going around and it was taken by many different people. The picture was Corey LaJoie after hitting Ryan Newman at Daytona on his hands and knees, and he was looking as though he was very concerned for Ryan Newman. While the picture is very touching and it looks awesome, we found out that's actually not the reason that he was sitting like that. When he hit Ryan Newman, his belts were pulled so hard that not only did it give him massive shoulder pain, well, it gave him pain in his groin, and if you're a guy, you kind of know what I'm hinting at there. Not a good feeling for Corey LaJoie. Alright, well, after a Daytona weekend that was plagued by weather, it's important to look at the forecast for this weekend as we go into Las Vegas. So here is Danny B. Weather's look at Las Vegas. So, if you're going to the truck race on Friday, looks like you can expect a pretty good day. Really, we're looking at comfortable, if not lower than expected temperatures at Las Vegas. In the past, we've actually seen issues with people suffering, heat problems and all of that. But actually on Friday, we've only got a high of 71 degrees and a low of 47. Sunny skies, a 0% chance of precipitation. However, if your plans were to go to the race on Saturday, you may want to reconsider that, as we're currently looking at a 100% chance of precipitation on Saturday with a high of 55 degrees and a low of 46. I think there's a good chance that the on-track activity may be canceled for Saturday and the Xfinity race would likely be run on Sunday. However, if you are looking to go to the race on Sunday, this could be a really comfortable day for you, looking at a 0% chance of precipitation, a high of 68 degrees and a low of 46, and we'll be seeing sunny skies. So there's your look at weather for this weekend. Looks like it's either really great or really bad, so just take your pick on that. And that'll do it for this week's episode of Danny B Needs a Minute. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope everyone enjoys the racing action at Las Vegas, and I pray that we have no more worries of driver safety this weekend. I hope that it's smooth sailing from here on out, and I just hope that everyone has a good day, and we'll see you next time. Bye guys.